Alright guys, I'm getting a very late start this morning. I had to go get bait before I could come out here. So the sun's well up. It's not supposed to be very cloudy today, so nice weather. About mid-February, we'll see. Just about run its course on these big fish, I think. Targeting them anyway. Give it a couple more goes while we got some nice weather here. Lake took on some water. It's up 2 or 3 foot, which is good. So we'll see if that affects the bite any. Like I said, we're going to run a little experiment today. So stick around, it's going to be awesome. This experiment that I was talking about. So basically while these lines are letting out, I'm going to explain it. I've got 2 identical rods and reels. They're Ambassador 6500s, Mojo Cat 7-foot medium heavy rods. They're strung up exactly the same. Leaders are the same, weights the same, everything's the same on these things besides the knot. I decided to use a new knot. It's called a Snell knot. They say it works better on circle hooks, but what I'm testing to see is I have a Mustad Demon inline circle hook 8/0 and a Mustad offset circle hook 8/0. So we're going to see which one gives us a better hookup rate. This knot supposedly is a much better knot with circle hooks. We will see. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So as you can see, we got the rods going here. They're exactly the same. Reels are just a different color. They're both 6500s. They are set up identical. The leader length, everything is the same except for the hooks. Freaking good hit, man. Right, another small fish, but man, they're just knocking the fire out of it today. Oh, that's a better one, guys. That is a better fish there. Better fish. Finally. Weeding through some of these little ones. We can keep him on here. He's spinning the kayak. Oh yeah. He's rolling. Keep him. Oh yeah. That is a good fish, guys. A good one. Whew. It's weird how sometimes they don't feel as good as they are until they get close. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. What the heck is we got here? Guys, you gotta be kidding me. This is nuts. That is another channel cat. It's a freaking toad. Toad of a channel cat. It's bigger than that last one. God, my. Looks like it's full of big channels, man. I want you guys to look at the size of that channel cat. That is a toadfish, man. Toad of a channel cat. God, this lake's got some good ones in it. Oh. Anyway, there you go, guys. Get a look at that one. We are going to turn her loose. Oh. Ugh. What a channel. There you go. Get out there. You big old mean thing. God. He was mad. You can see how I like to cut mine. I cut it. That's my big piece right there off the front. I always cut the head, the lips and stuff off. Seems to help right through the brain. Just opens all that up. And this is one big piece. I clipped the fins off so it doesn't spin. And I'll show you the other piece of it. Here's a smaller piece I said I was going to show you. See, you just barely hook it. So that's the midsection of the perch right there. I'll just let you guys watch for yourself. It was a crazy day. Hookup after hookup. The Snell knot really works. I don't know what else to say about it. I've always used a Palomar knot in the past. Switching to a Snell knot definitely increases the hookup ratio. Day one was just one fish after another. It wasn't like big fish or anything like that. It was all really good fish, and it was a great way to test the knot out to make sure that it worked. I would say the hookup ratio went from 50% to probably close to 90%. As long as I didn't jerk the line. I have a really bad habit of wanting to jerk. It's just from, years of fishing. So in a kayak, it's kind of hard to crank down on them. So what you need to do when you go to set the hook is just lift straight up and take that slack out of the line. So that's what I try to do every time, is lift straight up. Also, another tip with these circle hooks is you really have to make sure that you keep pressure on the fish. You want to, if you give them any slack at all, these catfish roll down there, and what they're going to do is roll around until they get the hook out. So you really have to keep pressure on the fish. You guys stick around at the end of this video. I'm going to do a little bonus video on exactly the Snell knot that I used, how to tie it. It's not difficult. It's very simple knot to tie, and it's really not even a knot, which was very impressive to me. So you can make these up prior to going fishing and have them ready to go with leaders ready to tie up. Out of bait, and the little fish cleaned me out. Headed back to the boat ramp now. Alrighty, day 2 of this little experiment we're running. Hookup ratio, there's no comparison between using a regular knot and a Snell knot on a circle hook. I don't think the hooks make a difference. I was hooking up with both hooks, both the inline and the offset circle hooks. When they're both the same brand, Mustad 8/0. So I don't think that makes a difference, but the knot definitely made a difference. So we'll continue this little experiment and see. I mean, that's the only way you figure this stuff out, is just trial and error. Wow. It's a lot of birds. Pretty sunrise. Day 2 was more of the same, just fish after fish after fish. It was great hookup ratio on these fish. I got to thinking about halfway through the day, the reason I probably wasn't catching any big fish, and this is just a theory, is they've had a ton of rain last couple of days, and so I think personally the big fish had probably moved up to the upper end of the lake, closer to the river where all that water was coming in. By the time that I figured out, that this is what was going on, it was it was late into the second day. But that's just a theory. I'd love to hear if anyone fishes up at that upper end of the lake, how the fishing was, because I think the big fish probably moved up there, and it probably would have been on fire if I'd have just thought to go up there sooner. But this was a great test for the knot and the circle hooks that I was using. Got one. Man, we're just trying to drift along here and get a big one. I don't know, man. I don't know if we're gonna get a big one or not. I think it might be over with. This is a better fish. This one is better, for sure. See if I can keep him out of the drift sock. If we tangle him, it's no big deal. This is a better fish, guys. Yeah. He's no giant. Get him with the... Open up, buddy. You're gonna have to open up. Uh-oh. Oh, I got a double.
God dang it. Alright. I got one with my leg and one with my hand here, guys. Here we go. Stay out of the drift line. God. This is what you call multitasking. There's a smaller one. There's a nice fat one. That was fun. Get out of here. This guy's real windy, man. I'm getting out of here. I've had enough. 2 days, man. 2 days of awesome fishing. No big ones, but tons of them. Woo. Man, that was a crazy 2 days fishing. I'm wore out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm back at the house now. Fixing to clean all this mess up. But I wanted to talk about some stuff. We started out with this little experiment, and it was more about the hooks. We were testing an inline circle hook versus an offset circle hook of the same size. Throughout the video, the hook really didn't matter. What made the difference was switching to a Snell knot, which it made a huge difference from the knot that I've used before. I used to use a Palomar knot with my circle hooks. Not anymore. Not for sharks or anything. I'll be using this Snell knot, or a variation of a Snell knot. The one I used is called a no knot Snell knot, and I'm going to tie one for you guys so you can see exactly what it entails. It's pretty easy. But the video ended up being less about hooks and more about knots, for sure. So we killed them, man. I got 2 good days of testing, non-stop action there. There no real big fish, but a lot of them. So stay tuned after this for the knot video. I'll make it really quick so you guys can see the knot. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Killer B out. Here's our leader. This is 50-pound mono, so you guys can see, and this is what I use for leader material most of the time. So basically, you got your hook right there. You're going to come through the front of the hook and follow it down. That's through the eye. You got a tag end that I pinch right there. Okay? Pinch it and hold. Start your wraps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for luck. You can see it wrapped right there. Then I come back around and through the back of the hook right there. Pull it tight, cinch it down. That is it, guys. That is a no knot Snell knot. And that thing is strong. It's super strong. Then you just clip off the tag in there. That's the knot right there. You can see that side of it. So basically what it does is when you pull and apply pressure right there, it's coming through the front, it acts like a cam and swings that hook. So when it's in the fish's mouth and you give pressure from this side, it jerks the hook around like that and sticks him. That's it. That's all there is to it. Appreciate you guys watching.